Hi, I'm Susan Wheeler here, and I am at beautiful Pittsburgh Park in Lake Forest. Now, this is a special place where it is going to be snowing, that one day a year of snow. And with us today will be Scott Stewart, who's going to fill us in on this fabulous event. Well, I'm here now with Scott Stewart at Mount Pittsford. And Scott is going to fill us in on all wonderful things that are going to be happening here. So Scott, pleasure to have you.
Welcome, welcome. You're looking right here at beautiful Mount Pittsford. And believe it or not, this whole area is going to be covered with snow. Because I see in the forecast a big storm coming in for Saturday, January 10th.
Oh,
and it's going to transform this whole area into a winter wonderland.
Scott.
We're going to have food trucks, carnival games, bounce houses, a snow play area, and a massive hill covered in snow for sledding. It's also going to include a professional snowboard demo for participants to watch.
Oh, wow, that is something to turn out for. Absolutely. Well, let's get down to the details here. First of all, I'm truly having a hard time picturing all the snow here. How much snow is going to be deposited here?
Oh, I bet, especially on a sunny day like this. So we're going to have about 115 tons of snow coming in.
Okay.
Which equates to, I don't know, 6 inches?
All right. It all works. Yes, we will pray for cold weather. Now, what happens at this event? You had said earlier, fill us in on the time.
Yeah, the time. Okay, so the event, it's on January 10th.
Okay.
And it starts at 10:30 a.m.
All right.
It ends at 2:45 p.m.
Okay.
And there's 3 different sessions.
Now, sessions meaning how many people per session?
Yeah, so there's a limit to 500 sledders per session.
Okay, wait. Quick question. So this is only for people who want to participate in sledding or skiing or whatever. Everyone else can come for free.
Yeah, that's
that right?
correct. If you want to come and just visit the event site and take it all in, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
It's open to the public. But if you do want to sled or participate in the carnival games, the bounce houses and things like that, then yeah, you do need to have a wristband.
And how does one get that?
Okay, so this is very important. All tickets are for sale in advance, and we sell them at the Lake Forest Sports Park. And you go to the front office there, you let them know that you're here to sign up for Snowfest, and it's $10 per sledder. And that you sign a liability waiver out, get a wristband,
okay,
and you just show up, you're good to go.
Is there an age limit on that?
So it's not an age limit, but there's a height limit. If you're under 33 inches, then you can only participate in our bunny slope.
Oh, bunny hill.
Still a lot of fun.
It's all good.
And if you're over that height, it's a free-for-all.
Okay.
You have a good time.
So adults can participate as well. It's not just for kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Adults can definitely participate.
So the focus is kids and teens, but
yeah, for sure. Usually you see the adults with their kids, maybe doing doubles in the sled.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right, so $10 to sign up, and they can sign up online as well as come here.
Actually, no, they have to sign up in person at the sports park.
Oh.
Just because there's a liability waiver involved, so they got to sign that in person, and we like to get everybody with a wristband in person too.
Okay, so they've got to do that.
And that makes for a really smooth transition when they come to the park. They're already registered, they have their wristband, they can just get straight to the fun.
You bet.
Yeah.
Okay, so then everybody arrives at their assigned time, starts at 10:30. Yeah. So that would be the first group of people. At 10:30, when is the next session?
So yeah, it goes 10:30 to 11:45.
Okay.
And then we have a 15-minute gap.
All right.
And then then from 12 to 1:15, 15-minute gap, and
got
then
it.
1:30 until 2:45.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just got to make sure you sign up for the session you want to attend.
Right.
Because each wristband is different color depending on the time
That's the key to the whole thing.
Signed up for.
All right.
And most people sign up for the first session and the second session because they got the good snow, right? By the time the third session comes, it's still good.
So they can sign up for 2 sessions if they want?
They could if they wanted to.
Or 3?
Yeah, they could.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, as long as there's available.
All right, now I'm just looking at the area here. Parking, how is that an issue for parking?
And that's why we do in separate sessions too, so the parking can kind of have a nice ebb and flow to it. And you can park all over Pittsford Drive here. There's a lot of parking.
And there's a school, elementary school, they can park there too?
That is not ours to park, but the street is.
Oh.
Yeah,
all right.
So we don't have a real parking issue. It always runs really smooth. People come and go. It's a nice ebb and flow.
All right. So the sports things will take place up here, and there will be food trucks, as
Yeah,
you
there'll be
said,
food trucks as well. Yeah.
music,
You will have a DJ. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
DJ.
And we're going to have a visit from, Santa Claus has been hard at work, right? All
You
winter long.
bet.
So it's time for a vacation.
Why not?
So we're going to have a tiki Santa here. Having a little luau. He's going to be here with a couple of elves.
Okay.
Dressed in a Hawaiian attire. He's going to have his skis with him, maybe his surfboard. He might want to take a run down the slopes. So he'll be here just keeping an eye on
All
things
right.
and relaxing, kicking
Mai
back.
Tais included?
Yeah,
No,
we'll see.
no,
Yeah.
no.
It's Santa Claus. What are you going to tell him?
Santa
No?
Claus. I know it.
But yeah.
I know. Okay, so we've got the main activities here. You must plan a whole year ahead for this. So after this is over, you're going to be planning for the next one.
Yeah, you're looking at the event. You're thinking about what was great, what could be better.
Uh-huh.
That's the great thing about Lake Forest. They're always trying to revamp the events and make them
that's
fresh
great.
and make it just a new experience for
So the
public.
fact that this is Snowfest has been going on for 15 years,
Yeah.
it will be a bit different every year.
Yeah, it is a bit
People
different
can
every
count
year. We like
on
to
that.
change it up, whether it's the
Good.
theme of the event or different
Right.
activities. We're always mixing it up, so it's
All
a
right.
fresh experience for
How
the
about,
community.
are dogs welcome or? not?
Dogs are always welcome at our park as long as they're on leashes. Yeah.
Okay, that goes for the snow park too.
We don't let the dogs in the snow, but if there's a snow dog and he's got a thing of hot cocoa he wants to deliver to Santa Claus, hey,
Then it's okay.
you know.
Okay, well, Scott, this sounds like a fabulous event. Now, are these things, do these snow fests, do they take place around the country? I mean, is this
Yeah, a lot
original to?
Yeah,
Lake Forest?
cities do. A lot of cities do, a
do
type
that.
of snowfest event.
Right.
Not necessarily at this scale.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty impressive. I don't know,
Very.
115 tons of snow. It's hard to imagine
It
what that
really
looks
is.
like. But what it looks like is about 5 to 6 semi trucks coming in with giant ice blocks.
Really?
And then what they do is they bring them in and they put them on like a big wood chipper. And that wood chipper then has a blower and they just blow the whole mountain full of snow.
So it would be interesting getting here early just to watch them set
It
up
is,
for
yeah.
all of this.
Yeah, come real early. They do it at the break of dawn. We're here at 5 a.m.
I bet,
Getting
yeah.
started, yeah. But
Well,
it is interesting.
it's certainly an event to put on your calendars, January 10th. Sounds fabulous. Anything else you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, just a great event
Okay.
to bring your grandkids to,
Okay.
your kids. Anybody you think would be
Sounds
interested
like
in it.
fun.
Yeah.
All right. Scott, how do we find out more information on this?
Yeah, if you'd like to get some more information, just visit the City of Lake Forest website.
All right.
And from there, you're going to see a link to all the important information.
And it's Snowfest is what they're looking
Yeah,
for.
Lake Forest Snowfest.
Perfect.
a lot
Well,
of fun.
Scott, thank you so much for taking time to fill us in on this special event. We will see you then.
It was my pleasure. Nice talking with you.
Well, I'm here today with Susan Siller, who's going to give us some tips on how to deal with this very difficult situation we all face. Well, Susan, welcome. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Thank you, Susan. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, where do we start? I guess at the beginning, what do you say to people when they are just overwhelmed by this task of downsizing, decluttering, organizing, whatever it is?
Well, I think what we usually do, as with my partner, Gabby, we have Home Revolution, organizing business, that we have to cut it down in bite sizes. We cannot attack the whole thing at once. We need to go by small tasks. So we usually go and then just talk to the client and figure it out what's the most important thing for them. So we're trying to customize it to person. So a family of 4 with little kids usually dealing with very different things, what they need to declutter than when we have a whole life behind us and accumulated with our kids' things and also some stuff what we just bringing in the last 50, 60, 40 years with us.
So typically you are in someone's home, you look around, there's just so much everywhere, and I would imagine taking small bits. You decide on one room at a time, or?
So we do buy one room. However, I think what is really important is to recognize that it is not about the stuff. What people sometimes say, oh, I have so much stuff. So the stuff usually comes with emotions.
Yes.
So I think a really good organizing and really good decluttering is all about to understand that person needs and emotional attachment to things. So when we have like a lot of like cards, for example, or I have clients keeping all the tickets from concerts or visiting different theaters, then you really have to think about it. Is this really the stuff we want to keep or the memories? So I think decluttering is very important. And you can start, like you said, by a small box or by a drawer or by a room, depending on the size of the home.
So at that point, you sit with the client and do you have, I don't know, 5 or 6 piles of, to keep, to save, to sell, to donate? Do you do it that way?
Yes, actually, that's true. So what we usually have, we have like a basket. We have these big baskets, what we bring in, and then one we keep as to keep, and the other one is to donate, and then the other one is actually trash. So we have the 3 baskets. However, we also have a 4th one is to maybe. We label it maybe, and that maybe is the one that we usually suggest to the client if it's really a difficult decision for them to make, to have it maybe for 3 to 6 months and then revisit and see if you really needed that item or you're really attached to it or not.
I see.
So it's a lot easier.
This is not something one does in a day or two. This is a process.
It is a process.
A process of letting go.
It is a process, and there are little tricks what we use. For example, the one in, one out. So if you have a tendency to overbuy, like Christmas coming and I want to buy new decorations, so it's a good rule to see, okay, how much things you have, and then maybe whatever comes in, you have to get the same amount out from that box.
What is a typical visit that you go to a family, let's say someone in Laguna Woods, who has brought way too much stuff with them. Their 3,000 square foot home and they've downsized into a 900 square foot and they have way too much stuff with them. So what do you do?
So what I see actually in that case when they already did the downsizing, the big mistake what we usually do is not let things go. Instead, let's build an organized, keeping all the stuff garage, or let's pay for a storage room, which then ended up being with a lot of stuff. So the first step is to really face it and see if all these things are your legacy, if any of these things, what I hear is my kids might need it, my grandkids probably would love that. Well, first step is usually let's go through it and see what you want to ask your family if they would like to have it, and or some of your friends have like a party, come them over and then see if there's any of the items they would love to have or they would enjoy, because that kind of an enjoyment, what I see is really give people more meaningful to let things go, not just to go to the trash or donation center, but really give life to that item, which is really bring happiness and joy, not just to the person who give, but also for the person who receives.
No, to know your once valuable belongings are finding a good home, and
yes, it's very important, I think.
So you would spend this whole process could take days and days with working with the family, I would imagine, or weeks or months.
Absolutely. So usually we don't do it at once. We usually go and take it to smaller segments. Let's go and have a talk first.
If for people who are watching right now and they're just feeling overwhelmed when they look around, any suggestions for them? I mean, you talked about some of the points, giving things away, or do I really need this? How important is that? For these people to just have a box in their home where they can just get a start on it and put things in a box and think about it.
Yes, absolutely. I think there's several different ways to do that. One is to do like put on a timer for 15 minutes, and you give yourself that 15 minutes
Oh.
to do one part of your home. Like it can be a kitchen counter, as a matter of fact, or it can be just a drawer which you're just collecting the mail. And then that 15 minutes can make a big difference. If every day you do 15 minutes, like I said, like bite-sizing basically the
Right.
whole process, it's a lot easier than look at the whole house and you're, I don't even know where to start, overwhelming feeling.
Okay, so bit by bit, as you say.
Yes,
All right.
bit by bit.
And then, so that's the main downsizing, decluttering. Do you ever go to people's homes and just when they first move in, just to help them organize things to get settled?
Yes, absolutely. We do that too when people moving in, to help them to create like a space and come up with ideas. What would be the best logical things? For example, let's just stay in the kitchen. Like certain things what you use every day, you want to keep it in a lower cabinet, what is easy access. But certain items what you use maybe once a year, then it can go, you know, to the higher shelf or behind,
Right.
you know. So absolutely, it's very helpful. Tips can come as, you know, you see the space.
Right. I would think one of the most difficult things, well, a couple of them, would be dealing with photographs, family photographs, or, and also with paperwork, you know, desks, offices, old tax returns, ticket stubs. That would be a monumental task. But as you say, people can start on it by just breaking it down for that half an hour a day, look at these things and go away, or
Yes.
decide what's most valuable. So what about photos? That's got to be just overwhelming with family photos. How do you deal with that?
Absolutely. So papers, photos, and all that. It's very important that we do work and collaborate with other organizers. For example, photo organizers. We have a friend who does photo organizing, and that's exactly. So she will take all the photos, all the old videos, the films, and then put it all together in the way how and what's the best suits the customer or the client. We also
Really?
work with a jewelry buyer who would go through if there are things what your kids or grandkids don't necessarily want, they would help to buy it. Oh my
Well, it's
God,
a
I'm
wonderful
laughing.
service you provide. This
Yes.
is as part of your getting the people sorted out, getting their lives sorted out.
Yes.
That's wonderful with photos, and they handle videos and everything.
Yes.
So that's a whole separate service.
It's a whole separate service, but it's good to have like a whole network. So we have a network of other people who doing all these different specialties, and it's really helpful for bringing into the client's life too, like photos and text papers, etc.
Right.
Papers also to make a decision, should we keep it for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years? We know there's like a rule for that.
Any more ideas on how to declutter and get on with life?
I think the important part of the whole decluttering is and organizing is to move forward with your life and not to be stuck in the past, but live in the present and move forward for the future. And what
right.
kind of legacy we really leave behind. So,
All
yeah.
right, and to live with that maybe box for a while and learn how to handle that, but have it as a top priority, where you're thinking about this sort of thing daily. What do I need to keep, and what do I need to not keep?
Yes, it's just to keep it like in like I said, small
chunks.
sizes, and
Okay.
and every day it's an everyday moving forward.
Right. Okay. Well, Susan, it's been great having you come talk with us today, and we'll put up your website if people
Thank you.
need more information. If they need your
Absolutely.
help. You would be a fabulous go-to person. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Hello, I'm here today with the president of the San Juan Capistrano Fiesta Association, Jim Taylor. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me, Jonathan.
Good to have you, Jim, to share some insights and some stories about this upcoming festival. First of all, what are the dates of the, specifically, we want to talk about the
Taste of San Juan.
Taste of San Juan.
Yes. And that is coming up January 29th, Thursday night, and it's going to be at the San Juan Hills Golf Club. People that come in, they can sample tastes from usually 25 to 30 restaurants, all based here in San Juan Capistrano.
Wow.
We have live music. It's a very festive occasion. The best part, though, is that all the patrons get to vote. They get to vote on the best appetizer, the best main course, the most original dish, the best dessert, first, second place, and then the restaurant that gets the most number of votes, they get the vaunted Swallows Cup, which is a giant trophy. It looks like a Stanley Cup, and it gets to stay in their restaurant for a year until the next Taste of San Juan, and it has engraved all the restaurants that have won it over the past 15 years.
Wow,
so it's pretty impressive. It's a fun event, and it's a huge
fun event. You got good food, you got good, exciting events going on. What year is this? How many years have you been doing this?
Well, I've been president of Fiesta Association. This is my 9th year.
Okay.
I got involved 2 years prior to that, and then prior to that, I was an announcer for the parade.
Oh, okay.
That was it. And then one day they convinced me to join and get more involved, and so I did, and the rest is history. The parade this year, or next year, 2026, will be the 66th annual parade. I believe this Taste of San Juan is our 28th.
Okay.
Taste of San
So
Juan.
the parade starts where, ends where?
Well, the parade is March 21st,
Okay.
2026. It's going to start at the corner of Old Mission Road and Del Obispo. It goes down Del Obispo to Camino Capistrano, hangs a hard right, and then takes Camino Capistrano all the way to Lizanja. And you got to come to the parade next year. You know why?
Why?
This is the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. So we're doing a huge celebration for the country, but it gets even better. We have a mission, the Mission San Juan Capistrano. It was also founded in 1776. So we're celebrating two birthdays, the birthday of our country and the birthday of the Mission San Juan Capistrano. So I think we're having two cakes.
Wow.
It's going to be
That's
going to be great.
Phenomenal.
So this whole year, a lot of our celebrations are going to be geared around celebrating 250 years.
Wow.
Then Friday, the day before the parade, which would be the 20th, is Huskow Day. And that's when we drive around town with our two jails on flatbed trailers and arrest people that aren't dressed up in Western apparel.
That sounds like
And
such a great
for the price of a
time.
souvenir, they can get out of jail.
Well, I think that what is...
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Tell me
Then
more.
that afternoon at 4 o'clock, right here in Los Rios Park, we have I think this will be our 11th annual frog jumping contest.
The frog jumping.
Where we have about 200 kids.
Is Mark
and
Twain going to show up?
Mark Twain shows up
Oh,
every
my
year and
goodness.
does a whole speech on the frog jumping contest in Calaveras County. Guy's amazing. Obviously, it's an actor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because Mark he's not shown up at real events in quite some time. But the hilarious thing about him, as soon as he arrives on site, you can't get him out of character. He will talk about his lunch in Mark Twain's voice. He'll talk about traffic in Mark Twain's voice. It's hilarious. The kids love him. It's very entertaining. And then the next day is the parade and Mercado Street Fair. Typically about 110 entries in the parade. It runs from 11 to 12:30, quarter to 1. The Mercado Street Fair, 86 vendors, with probably 25 of them being food, a gigantic kids zone with bouncy houses, and that runs from 9 to 5.
So you guys are not settling for the classic San Juan Capistrano, the swallows. There's a lot more going on than just swallows.
Right.
I mean, I admire them. They're wonderful birds.
And they do come back.
They do come back. It's
They're
real.
dwindling a little bit.
Is it?
It's the construction, and people have a tendency to knock their homes down. But they're coming back, and you'll see them.
Yeah, I must say, Jim, I visited this town. We don't live too far. I visited this town with kids and grandkids, and it doesn't matter when we come. We enjoy it here. You get the sense of the places, and I've gone from, 35 miles away. I come here, it feels like a different place.
We're trying to keep it that way, and our city council is trying to keep it that way.
Okay.
So it's the whole town is trying to maintain some semblance of history. You can't fight progress. We get that. If you don't keep moving, you're going to stagnate, and then you're going to collapse. But they've been able to keep the architecture old style. keep things Old West. So I think everybody's moving in the right direction, and San Juan Capistrano will
And
be
you
around
come
for a
here
while.
and just do shopping.
Yeah,
and
there's
then
a
in the
lot of
neighborhood, it
shopping.
feels different.
You've got River Street Marketplace right there.
Exactly.
You've got all the downtown
The
vendors.
restaurants over here are just phenomenal.
Well, San Juan Capistrano has a downtown. A lot of towns don't have a downtown
True.
anymore.
True.
We have a downtown where you can go park and you can just walk
Yeah.
and see 100 different things.
All right, so I'm going to come here for the food. What kind of food can I expect?
Everything. Everything from Mexican, Italian to steak. We had quite a few steak competition restaurants
On the hoof?
this year, and decent portions. I mean, at one time the restaurant brought in a filet mignon on a bed of mashed potatoes surrounded by asparagus. And that's the kind of food that you get. You're not just going in there and getting a bag of nachos and some salsa. You're getting good quality food. We've had homemade raviolis. The desserts are crazy. I mean, some restaurants will enter in all 4 categories. So they'll have a main dish, original dish, appetizer, and a dessert.
Wow.
So it's and all the restaurants, all the ones you see downtown, they're there,
Yeah, okay.
and have been there. This is the second largest fundraiser for the parade. So the restaurants all donate the food.
All
The
right,
restaurants
yeah.
all donate their time, and then the ticket sales goes towards paying for the venue and then paying for the parade, because the parade's expensive. Everything, I don't know if you've noticed, but everything's gone up. It's we're in the
Okay.
big 6 figures now.
Wow. Yeah, it started, how many years ago? It was a pretty modest operation, I'm sure.
Yeah, the parade itself?
Well, the parade, the whole thing.
The
started
Fiesta
with-
Association was formed in 1964. That's when it
Okay.
became an actual 501c3. The parade itself came out of an offshoot of a carnival in 1958 with San Juan Elementary School. Which, by the way, San Juan Elementary
What a
still
great
there.
start. What a great start.
My wife went to San Juan Elementary, not in 1958, but she went to San Juan Elementary.
Okay.
And then after 2 years of the festival, then I think it was the San Juan Businessmen's Association, which later turned into the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah,
They took
yeah,
and
yeah.
eventually they decided an organization needed to do it. So 1964 is when Fiesta was founded. I was 4 years old at the time.
Yeah.
I just got my
Okay,
Medicare
you say
card in
so.
August.
You say so. Okay. Very good.
I did. I got my Medicare card in August. Immediately, both hips started to hurt. I don't know what that is. It's got to be tied
It's
in somehow.
amazing. But what keep you going, the energy and the enthusiasm and the excitement of what you do, I don't know.
it's
You're
the
never going to
community.
retire from this. You know that.
I'm going to retire.
You're not going to retire.
Yeah, I know.
You're never going to retire from
You know what?
this.
Every year I talk about it. I like an exit strategy, but I really think I would miss this.
I'm sure you do.
It's taken a while, but I have got the most amazing team of people around me.
Good.
I've got my theory has always been, you surround yourself with people who are way smarter than you.
Yeah.
You assign them a task, give them what they need, get out of their way, and then sit back and collect all the accolades on
Yes.
what an amazing job you've just done. And then our volunteers are just under 200
Wow.
members, and of those 200, probably 75 are core. They show up at every meeting.
Yeah. In my experience, there are volunteers and volunteers.
Yeah.
In a way that volunteers, I think you're talking about, have that enthusiasm, innate, and they enjoy the companionship.
Yes.
They enjoy collaborating.
This is one
It's
of
a
the one
team
places everybody with diverse opinions gets along, because we don't do politics at all.
Okay, no politics.
No politics, no religion, nothing controversial. We just
Okay.
stay away from that because you can get that everywhere else.
Yeah.
We want our place to be focused on the community events and just making sure everybody has a good time.
Well, thank you so much, Jim, for sharing this with us today. It's been exciting for me to learn all about this, and I'm really looking forward to joining you guys.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank
I
you
appreciate it
so much.
And
It's a
hopefully
great
we'll
pleasure.
see you at
Oh,
one of
you
the
will.
9 or 10 events that we've got coming up in the next couple
Absolutely.
months.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jonathan.